Sam? It was you. It was Sam. It's my people.
All right, Coach will start us off with an opening statement, then we'll open the floor to questions.
Bam! That felt great. All right, because here I want to set the tone. Huge win. And now people could say, it was ugly. You're going to have the general fan who knows nothing about Davidson. I told you, they're good. It's an NCAA tournament team. All right, and they remind me of my first year ever coaching at Tulsa. 5 of the 6 players returning are back. International kids that nobody in the women market know about. That Spain freshman point guard is really good, relentless, strong, mobile. They make it hard because you're 5 out. All right, I don't know what the end of the Belmont-Oklahoma game was, but I think Oklahoma ended up winning. But that's a team that, again, is coming from a league where Richmond is top 15 in the country. And Richmond gets all the credit. And again, I told the coach, I knew what was happening because they're trying to get 2 or 3 teams. So that's their Super Bowl game. That's a team that 2 years ago, when you look at the record, and I told my team, went to Duke, at Duke, and won. Went at Wake and won. Last year, played NC State, who's ranked 15th in the country, and almost had them on the road. So there was no sleeping. There was no not preparation. So again, I could not be more excited about a great win, and most importantly, we're going to get better.
We'll start with Sam.
Yes, Sam. With some of the offensive troubles you had, maybe more so early in the game, what do you think maybe contributed to that?
Layups. We got to slow down. I love Favor, my big, from Japan, and I love Rich. I think we were 0 for 11 at halftime. And I told him, you both are just pressing. And this is going to happen when you got new people, because I keep saying it, my word's opportunity. And they're getting opportunity, and they're trying to seize it. They're trying to please me. Just slow down, gather the ball, and go up strong. And there's no doubt when we get those layups around the basket made, you know, the 10 free throws, and then just some of the mindless turnovers that we've really worked hard on. This was going to be a game of not many possessions. So I told him that. So that's what made this so close and so ugly, because Davidson, again, is going to play 5 out. They're going to cut you for a layup, and if they don't have it, they're going to wear you down for 20 to 24 seconds, and then you got to be disciplined without fouling. So clean up the layups, be stronger with your discipline, and then watch the tempo change for this team.
Do you have an update on Sanaya, her status?
Well, I was hoping you were rubbing her ankle. All right, because I think I went to her twice during the game and said, "Kid, can I put you in or not?" Right? She's day to day. It was a freak thing in our first close scrimmage where she went with a high ankle sprain. So she's been killing it with my support staff behind the scenes. But here's the one thing I'm not going to do: a high ankle sprain, for anybody who's played sports knows, I got to make sure her mind's right. So I'm not going to have her at 70%. When I need her at 100 with the amount of effort she's going to have to get, because I don't want that to be a year thing. I'd rather make sure she's healthy before I put her back out. And again, credit to my young women for finding a way against this was a tournament game today, an opening day, and I couldn't be more proud of the people who played. And then I want to give a shout out to my kids who didn't. Like the Faith, right? Some of my other ones, Gray, because of who they were at Davidson and how they spaced you up, I had to go with my best defenders, and I'm looking for those kids who didn't get an opportunity tonight to bounce back here against Georgia State.
With Sanaya out, how much did that disrupt the rhythm of the offense, not having your point guard in there? Did you see that as a factor?
Yeah, you can look at it that way, but I think, one, it's like Sam's question earlier. First and foremost, it was layups. I told him at the end of the first quarter we should have been up 10. And then I kept telling them, I think we won every quarter but the second. I said, ladies, are we playing our best basketball right now? They're like, no. And I said, I know, but the funny thing is you're still winning. So don't some nights you just got to win ugly. You got to be the tougher team, right? We're coming out there. Only thing I was missing was some popcorn and those awesome seats that were right beside me. I told them at the end of the third quarter I was going to come out with some shakers and pom-pom and whatever they were handing those awesome seats, just to get your spirit up. And most importantly, we don't lose at home. There's a spirit about this place. Our fans are awesome. I thought they were huge tonight to help uplift this team and bring home an opening day win.
Even though the second chance points weren't a huge mismatch there, how vital was the rebounding in not just keeping them from having the ball, but the second chances that you did get and just maintaining possession for so much longer?
Yeah, it was huge. Huge backbreakers. So again, because of the night you weren't making first shot, open layups, even the putbacks I don't think we made. but we got to the line. We got to catch our breath. We got to just keep punching and try to, find a way to control the game where you want to do it in rebounding where you can run an offense. But this game, it was more rebounding and slowing them down. And again, we'll take it however it's delivered tonight.
Go Jacob and back to Colin.
She had some missed opportunities, like you mentioned, but Favor still finishes with a double-double. What did you think about her performance tonight in her first game?
Awesome. I'm going to text her and call her afterwards to make sure she's not beating herself up because, again, this is a young lady that, what a great story. I want our fan base to know about her. Moves from Africa to Japan, goes to school there, right, for an opportunity. And then we find her in today's time in the crazy chaos and get her all the way to Starkville, Mississippi. Her family's never even been here, y'all. And she committed over the phone. And so for her to have a smile on her face and play in an environment that she's never played in, I couldn't be more happy for her. And then I want to give a shout out to my freshmen. All right, they deserve a lot of credit. For Jayla Lampley, all right, to come out like she did in 27 minutes and come out in that first quarter and cut like no other. Her mother's taught her how to play the game. That kid's tough. And what's fun to watch about that kid is her best basketball's ahead of her. And then I try to tell you about Madison Francis, y'all. 6 blocks tonight. I told you, you know me, I'm not going to gas something up unless I really believe it. I've never seen a young lady jump like she does, and I thought there were some crucial points where they could have got a layup, but she came out of nowhere and just kept our crowd involved, but most importantly, got to stop.
Colin and then Sam.
You mentioned some of the offensive layups and missed opportunities there, but also early on, Davidson able to get some points in the paint.
Yeah.
And I guess switching was a little bit of a problem early on. Is that some of that just rust, or what do you look at when you fix that going into a fourth quarter where you can hold them scoreless for 6 minutes or so?
Yeah, no, so again, I hear what everybody's saying, but for me, you hold a team to 57 points, I'll take it every day of the week, right? Defense was on point, and to your point, even though they put us in some disadvantages in those pick and rolls, that was our game plan. Wear them out. Don't let a team that can make threes, who I believe at the time was one of the top 10, to get easy threes, make everything hard. Only thing I was mad about was the slap downs. Because when we slapped downs, we couldn't rebound and we couldn't run. And then now it came a possession game of us executing. And just tonight, of anything, guys, I think what you write about is we didn't execute. And practice is going to be really good tomorrow.
All right, we'll go to Sam and go Robbie and end with Jacob.
Destiny was just in here, and she said she felt her performance was decent, but she scored a career high 20 points.
Was it career high tonight?
At Mississippi State, most points.
Oh, really? What was the Missouri game? Oh, it was. Okay, my
So by
fault.
one.
Sam, way to be on it. Bam.
But so, what did you just think of her performance in this game?
Doesn't surprise me. All right, and this is why. Again, last year, y'all, I told you she was the ultimate team player because she allowed me to play her at the 1. And again, this is the kid who was the #1 junior college player in the country. So I took her out of the 2 spot in order for that team to be an NCAA tournament team. This year, I told her I'm not doing it. Now, unfortunately, Sanaa went down and she's ultimate team player. But there's a different look when you dribble the ball and bounce the ball and you know actions are coming to you. Fred Castro came to me before the game and was like, Sam, she just hit 3 half-court shots before she ran in here at the 0-minute mark. Like, tonight's her night. So we were trying to give it to her and let her create plays in a night that we really struggled to execute. So I could not be more proud of her and how she came out as a senior to help will us to a win.
You talked about your freshmen, and they had a look to them like they weren't really scared of the moment. They were aggressive. They were getting to the rim, defended really well, like you said. I mean, what have you seen from them in that regard and how they've just approached the transition of coming into college basketball?
Man, I'm going to give a shout-out to their parents, all right? Kenneth and Janon Lampley, first of all. There's a DNA about those two where their kids and how they raised their family. And Indiana high school basketball, they're winners. Right? There's a DNA from them. And then Tony and Sophia Francis from Buffalo, New York, right? They're laughing. They're actually here right now. I was talking to them. We're all complaining about being cold. They're like, Sam, we're from Buffalo, New York. Like, this is warm. So there's a DNA about her, a toughness about her. She's played with USA basketball at the highest stage, where those two kids are built different. And so for them to come out under the lights like they did, it doesn't surprise me, but I keep saying this. It's not about what kids rank the people. I know they're top 10 in the class. Gray's going to have her moment. She was hurt earlier, and her path's going to be a little bit different right now. But it's what you do when you step on campus. And those two have come in from day one, and they've earned everything they've gotten. I don't think I've ever played 2 freshmen 31 minutes and 27 minutes, and tonight they did. So I couldn't be more happy on opening night with those two.
Jacob.
Coach, I know you just get your first win, but what can you tell us about the matchup with Georgia State on Friday at 11?
Great question. Well, before I say that, give a shout out to football. All right, how awesome, man. This is a great week for football to have the toughness they did. Now here we come with the toughness. Giving a shout out to my guy, Chris Jans. I love him, wishing them good luck. But to your point, after this fun week that we're about to have as Bulldog fans, we're playing a Georgia State team who Gene Hill, the head coach, is a really good friend of mine. I worked with him at Georgia Tech and have the utmost respect for them. And again, it's the same story as Davidson. If you go back and look at who they played, they beat Georgia at Georgia. So that's the only thing I'm going to remind my team when we get back in that film room is enjoy this game tonight, but tomorrow you're playing a team that's already beaten an SEC team last year, and I promise you they believe they can come in here and beat you this year. So let's be ready.
All right, thanks, y'all.
Thank you.